Touchdown Chargers! Welcome to Chargers Daily. I'm Bum Bobby. We're back, people, okay? Do what we always do. Hit the subscribe button. Start that like button. And let's freaking go with today's news. Woo! Okay? Welcome to Chargers Daily. We're bringing you news more twisted than a pretzel soaked overnight in spiked apple cider served inside a cinnamon whiskey funnel cake that looks like it survived a tornado at the county fair, balanced on a plate of deep-fried jalapeno poppers stuffed with moonshine-infused cream cheese, while a bartender stirs a cocktail so crooked it should come with a chiropractor's business card, okay? That crooked. Let's go, all right? Let's jump into segment one before the opener gets flagged for unnecessary roughness, all right? Puka Nacua. Hello, people. Are you guys watching the news? The Chargers have traded in breaking news for Puka Nacua for a first and a third round pick. And then they immediately extend him to a 4-year, $150 million deal. This man is a stat machine built in a lab. Last season with the Rams, Puka put up 129 receptions, 1,715 yards, 10 touchdowns, a 58-yard long, 13.3 yards per catch. His career so far, 313 receptions, 4,191 yards, 19 touchdowns. He's not production. He's a Costco-sized bulk order of yardage, for freak's sake. He's 6'2", 212-ish pounds, and he plays like he's made of bungee cords and stubbornness. And now he stays in LA, but in powder freaking blue. Let's go, people. But before we do, April Fools, okay? I gotcha. All right. I know it's a day late, but listen, I had to do it. On the real, though, Puka Nacua news, the rehab situation, he recently checked into a luxury treatment center in Malibu, and apparently the stay is so high-end that the spa menu includes deep tissue route running realignment and aromatherapy for dealing with Matthew Stafford's audibles, because unfortunately, he's still with the Rams. Sorry about that. Really hope the allegations on him aren't true. But look, it's like naming Tiger Woods the transportation secretary. Suddenly everyone's nervous, but the ratings are going to go through the freaking roof, okay? Gosh, that would have been cool if it wasn't an April Fool's. And Puka can ball. But listen, speaking of guys who can still ball, let's talk about Rasul Douglas, the veteran still on the market. The Chargers could use another corner, okay? Rasul Douglas is sitting out there like a perfectly good bottle of bourbon that nobody's opened yet. According to Chargers Wire, Douglas was outstanding in 2025. 21st in PFF coverage grade, 10th in passer rating allowed, 17th in reception rate allowed, and with the Dolphins in 25, he had 62 tackles, 13 passes defended, 2 interceptions. In his career, 503 tackles, 21 interceptions, and 92 pass deflections. It's not a resume, it's a museum exhibit, okay? This guy is nuts. He's 6'2", 209 pounds. He's long, he's physical, and he hits like a belly flop off a high dive. The Chargers need depth behind Dante Jackson, Tarheeb Still, and Cam Hart. Douglas fits perfectly. He's a veteran presence who won't panic like the people who watched the UFO hearing and immediately started checking their backyard for crop circles, okay, when he's asked to play press man. Let's be honest, at today's gas prices, signing a reliable corner is cheaper than filling up a Ford F-150. So I say we go after him and see what happens. What do you think? Hit the freaking comments. Now, let's talk about a man who blocks like he's trying to protect the last bottle of top shelf tequila on earth. Kalen Rutledge, okay? Rutledge. Kalen Rutledge, he's 6'4", 320-pound offensive guard who plays like he's auditioning for like a reboot of American Gladiators, like the original American Gladiators. He's mocked to the Chargers at 55th overall, and honestly, he fits the Harbaugh McDaniel like trench warfare blueprint perfectly. His resume, first team all ACC, first team All-American. He allowed 0 sacks across 801 snaps in 2025. Athlon Sports called him a punishing tone setter, a mauler with elite effort, and a guy who finishes every rep like he's trying to bury the defender in the turf. He's powerful, he's nasty, and he plays with the energy of someone who just saw the price of premium unleaded and took it freaking personally. He's got some weaknesses. Footwork can get sloppy, his pad level rises, and occasionally he lunges. It's like a drunk uncle running towards a slip and slide with an inner tube in one hand and a beer in the other. If he hits the tube, coolest uncle at the party. If he misses, well, you get the picture, okay? But the upside, it's massive. Rutledge is the kind of guard who could keep Herbert upright long enough to file his taxes, refinance his house, and still hit a freaking deep post. I think he would be an amazing addition if we could get him at 55. Let's see what freaking happens. Hit the comments. What do you think? And speaking of deep posts, let's talk about a corner who can actually run with them, okay? Dalen Everett. He's a 6'1", 196-pound, 4.38 speed corner with the confidence of a man who's never once checked a freaking receipt because he refuses to let math ruin his day. He's got 150 tackles, 5 interceptions, and 19 passes defended at Georgia. His 2024 was his breakout, 58 tackles, 3 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, and the SEC championship game MVP. He's long, he's physical, he's aggressive, and he plays with the swagger of someone who believes he could outrun a Tesla in a foot race. Yahoo Sports says he's a day 2 pick. Great in press, explosive, a closer at the catch point, okay? His weaknesses, he can rely too much on speed. He needs better ball tracking. He gets a little grabby at times. But it's like pushing a shopping cart with a busted wheel. You're trying to go straight, but sometimes you end up swerving into the cereal aisle. But the Chargers love corners with tools, and Everett has a whole freaking toolbox. If the Chargers draft him, the secondary gets younger, faster, and more athletic, like giving the defense an energy drink with a warning label, okay? I would love to see if we get him. Don't know what's going to happen. Can't wait for freaking draft day. And that wraps up today's news on Chargers freaking Daily. The show that's delivering the show that's delivering takes smoother than a bourbon vanilla cold brew. If the news cycle keeps spinning like this, I'm going to need a freaking cocktail with a talking parrot with an English accent that knows sports, or I'm freaking screwed. We'll be back tomorrow with more football, more chaos, and more jokes that are more appealing than the burnt to dust grilled cheese that your wife cooked that one time that convinces you that you should be the one cooking in the family. Until then, stay hydrated, stay hopeful, and remember, avoid any sushi that comes from the buffet next to the soft serve machine. It's not dinner, it's a medical experiment.